Hey, it's Nooch, and welcome to Nooch's comprehensive beginner's guide to LEGO Star Wars Battles. Now, Nooch has previous videos how to play LEGO Star Wars Battles, the opening tutorial. If you want to go watch some old school Nooch, go watch those. But the purpose of this guide is to really help you to know what you need to do with the game to get better and to be the most effective, efficient, and best player you can be with the different parts of the game. So we're going to go over all of the parts, all the different sections in the game so you can see them, and we're going to talk over them specifically. As we go, Nooch is going to be kind of referring to different guides, or we'll be releasing guides in the future as well, and you'll start to see those links up here on this side. So look for those links if you want to get a little more specific as far as what you're looking for in each different part of this guide. Also, we're going to be playing what Nooch is looking at over here. But on this side, we're just going to be running gameplay. So you can see the game, see how it works, what is going on, and see what the game is really built around. And that is player versus player, mano y mano, me versus you, my deck that I've built versus your deck that you built, my strategy versus yours, player versus player, towers and characters, gameplay. And that is what the game is going to be going on over there. But let's talk right now, get into the guide. Here's your home page. This is your bread and butter. This is where you're going to come when you open the game up. It comes right here. Let's go over all the different sections of this. First, you can see that Nooch has a boosted scan that's ready to collect. And it is a dark side scan. You see it's red. The other two Nooch has are light side scans. So Nooch got those scans by winning battles with dark side or light side decks. So let's go ahead and open up this scan. Now, we're going to run, we're not going to run some. So when you open scans, generally speaking, you want to just open the first three, because the last two scans or last two asteroids you blow up would start to cost you crystals. So if you're not going to be whaling or paying for crystals or trying to advance quickly through the game, you're just going to want to open those first three and not the other two, unless there's a legendary card and you haven't opened it yet, because you can see at the top what cards you have in your scans, in your asteroids that you're blowing up. So if you have a legendary up there, which right now would be Darth Vader, Yoda, Luke, Leia, you'll know the legendaries. If one of those is up there, spend the crystals, get it open. Open until you open that legendary, because that's an important card. So otherwise, Nooch doesn't recommend blowing up these asteroids and spending crystals for coins or any other cards. You might do it if you're like 5 away and there's 5 for the card you really wanted. Maybe it's worth it then, but generally speaking, don't use these last two asteroids to spend the crystals unless you're really going to be advancing quickly and paying and whaling through the game. So once you open one scan, you're going to be able to open another. Nooch recommends opening the 2-hour ones or the shorter ones during the day, and when you go to bed, then you can open these 8-hour scans that Nooch has down here. Now, one note, again, if you're going to be whaling or paying for the game to advance quickly, you can do instant unlock. So Nooch could pay 14 crystals right now to unlock this scan immediately. Now, you won't be able to boost that scan, but once you boost it, and you boost the scans by winning battles. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But once you get it boosted, you could still auto unlock it. It'll be less crystals. Let's say it takes us half an hour to get this scan boosted. It might cost you 11 crystals to open up then, or 10. So if you take time to boost it, which is better, you get more cards by boosting scans. So if Nooch gets 6 studs in victories that he has, he will boost this scan, and then he'll get an extra card or 2 or 3 from each one of the asteroids he blows up. So it is worth it to boost scans before you open them. What else is on this page? Well, up here you have your daily rewards, which you're going to get every day the first time you log in. You can see you're going to be getting studs and crystals. You get 5 crystals in there in the middle of the week. And at the top, you get to open a holocron scan, which this is actually a limited holocron scan, but you open up all 5 and you get some extra cards. So the scans are, you can see here, we got a bronze scan, we got a gold scan. There's also a silver scan in between, and then the holocron. The holocron takes 12 hours. It's going to have the most stuff in it. So as you graduate from a 2-hour scan to a 4-hour silver scan to an 8-hour gold scan to a 12-hour holocron, the stuff gets better each time. But it does take more to boost it. You would see if you open this gold scan that it takes, I believe, 16 studs to boost that. And it takes 25 to boost a holocron scan. So the higher you go with the scans, or the better the scan, the more studs and the more victory points it takes to open it. Up here we have the supply beacon. Every 4 hours, it's going to pop open. You're going to get an alert, and you're going to get you might get 90 studs. You might get 10 to 20 crystals. You might get some character cards. You get stuff out of that just by logging into the game every 4 hours. Top right is the leaderboard. Every week you're going to be involved in a leaderboard. And if you finish at the top of that leaderboard, you're going to get a legendary card, 130 crystals, and 1,650 studs. Second, we'll usually get you an epic card, like here, the Ewok Treehouse, and a few less crystals, well, actually half the crystals, and a few less studs. Third, fourth, fifth, on down. So the top 5 will give you rewards. Anything below that doesn't reward anything. How much do you want to invest in that? That's really going to be up to you, and getting used to seeing how much people are playing in those leaderboards and what it's going to take for you to finish at the top. Generally, there are going to be a few really active players that are going to rack up a lot of points, and you're going to have to chase after that leaderboard if you really want to get it. So that's everything in here. We do have our settings bar up here, which you can look at to change your settings, your sound, other stuff. So let's go over to our decks. So this next one over is your decks. It's your light side and your dark side decks. Right now in the game, you can set up to 4 decks, and that looks like it's going to stay the same. You will eventually be able to choose from emojis, an emoji deck where you'll be able to show those emojis in game. So that'll be interesting, but we don't have it yet. So what you're going to want to do is set up some unique decks. What Nooch does is, in the second deck is Nooch's Planetary deck. That's what he plays his basic battles with. And if you go back to our screen here, these are your planetary battles, and you're watching the gameplay over there, and these are the planets you go in to play those games. We'll get to that in a minute. But when you play those battles, Nooch usually loads up his planetary deck right here in number 2, and he has his event deck here in number 1. Then, for other special events like the Inspire event, Nooch might keep that down at 4. So you can do whatever you want. Maybe you're feeling like you want to go heavy, light, whatever. You'll feel what you're comfortable with. You can make different decks for what you're feeling comfortable with that day. Generally speaking, as of today, you want to keep your cost around 3.0. If you go above that, you're going to have trouble cycling through those cards and really being effective in the game. So that could change down the line. We don't know. But today, that 3.0 is a really good target for the average cost of your deck. So let's move over to the card shop. Now, Nooch has published a card shop guide, and then, like 2 days later, they changed the card shop, but that's all right. The basics still apply, and you should be able to see the link up there. So here's where you're going to be buying cards. You do get cards out of scans. You can buy them here. You'll get them from events, and you get them in, well, you get cards from a lot of places. Here's a place where you can directly target buying exactly what cards you want to buy. And if you want to get a little more guidance on that, take a look at the card shop guide. You'll see how to handle these right here. As far as the updates, you can see here now we have a champion shop. You can buy 1 champion card plus some studs for a certain amount of money. This is actual cash that you are spending. And once you buy that 1 champion card, you can't buy any more. And I think, I don't know how often this renews, maybe daily. So you can buy 1 daily. Nooch really isn't sure because he hasn't bought them. But you can see that you can pay cash money to buy a legendary card and some studs in each one of these. And you can take the Imperial Dropship offer to get 50 cards of that for $29.99. Then if you go over to the tabs, here are the crystals and the studs. You can see the crystal bundle for 99 cents. Well, for 99 cents, based on the small pack, you can get 100 crystals here. But with this one, you get 2 bomber cards for free. Or below that, 2 seismic charges for free. If you ask Nooch, the seismic charge is actually is better value because that's a rare card. And rare cards cost you 10 studs per card, whereas common cards cost 40 studs per, excuse me, you get common cards cost 10 per card, and rare cards cost 40 studs per card in the other part of the card shop. So the seismic charge is a better deal if you're looking to spend money. Also down here, you can buy crystals and you can buy studs with those crystals. So if you're really looking to whale and go fast, get leveled up quickly, this is where you're going to come to buy those crystals and studs to level your cards up quickly. And this is where you're going to you can buy those extra shards or buy those extra cards of like here the Imperial Dropship, and it'll give you more offers after you buy that. I think you can get up to 2 offers. And down here you can also buy cards for the studs in your deck, but take a look at the card shop guide. Over here, finally, there's just one double value light side reinforcement. You can get 20 of the missile launcher and 10,000 studs. So there's different ways you can spend your money here if you want to spend money and you're looking to do that, but you can also just spend the studs and crystals that you've earned by playing the game. Let's jump back into the battles for a second. And when you go into battle, into your normal planetary battle, you're going to have these planets. And you see there a couple of things. If you win 5 battles on Takodana for Nooch, then Nooch is going to get 35 crystals. Here, Nooch, if he wins 10 battles in Hoth, he's going to get 50 crystals. Over here on Geonosis, if Nooch wins 6 battles, he's going to get 2 of the Ewok gliders. And over here in Endor, Nooch has exhausted all the rewards for now. These rewards keep getting updated, but you're going to want to earn these rewards as you go through, and you're going to start off right here on Jakku. Nooch recommends that you stay with that planet and the rewards because they're going to keep populating rewards. Once Nooch wins these 10 battles, a new reward will populate. Eventually you'll exhaust them, but you'll find that you're going to continue to populate rewards as you earn them. So the best thing for you to do is to stay on Jakku when you start, or stay on the planet you're at until you start getting those crystals and studs as rewards, because those are the best rewards you're going to get on these planets. And it's worth it to work right through it so you start getting all the crystals and the studs, and maybe even work through all the rewards on the planet before you move on to the next one. You'll have to get a feel for that, but as you're starting the game, this is a beginner's guide. Nooch recommends stay on Jakku, keep opening rewards until you've exhausted and you get those crystals and studs. Now, you'll also notice that each planet has unlock cards. You can see here in Jakku, you're going to immediately be able to get Luke and Vader, Porgs, Ewoks, battle droids. You can get a bunch of cards here at the very beginning of the game. But as you advance, how do you advance? That's a good question. So you advance by earning 500 trophies. So Jakku, you start at 0. You'll advance to Endor. You'll be able to open Endor when you get 500 trophies. You'll be able to get to Geonosis with 1,000 trophies, 1,500, etc. And as you open these new planets, there are new cards available. So when you open Endor, in the scans you're opening, and in the shop, yes, in the shop too, you'll be able to get these cards. Once you can open Endor, you can get Yoda and Boba Fett, the Tauntaun, the Ewok Glider, the Gamorrean Guard, and Seismic Charge. That's going to happen as you open each planet. You do not have to be playing on that planet to get those cards. If you have Hoth open and you're playing back on Jakku, you'll be able to get all the cards that are available on Hoth, all the cards available on Geonosis, all the cards available on Endor, and all the cards available on Jakku. You'll start to see those. You will not, however, if you don't have Takodana open, you will not be able to get the 3 Porgs, the Guavian, the BB-8, and the 2 battle droids. So what should you really be trying to open as quickly as possible? Well, we start off the game with Porgs, Ewoks, so there's a lot of good cards to start off with. And if you want to know a little bit more about what cards you should be using, Nooch has some top 5 guides. Nooch has Nooch tiers. Nooch also ranks the towers. We're doing a lot of ranking videos, the legendaries, so that can help you with understanding what cards you might want to be trying to unlock or buying in the shop at the start of the game. And we're going to put a couple links up there to some of those videos so you can see them. But you can look through Nooch's channel to see some of these rankings and start making plans until you start understanding how these units work. Now, a couple of cards that you really want to get unlocked as quickly as possible. The Seismic Charge. So get to Endor so you can unlock the Seismic Charge. The Seismic Charge and the Boomaballs here on Geonosis are the most valuable cards in the deck. We're going to let you watch the other videos to learn the rest of it, but you're going to want to get to Geonosis as quickly as possible. So get those 1,000 trophies so you have Boomer Balls and Seismic Charges available, because you want those in your deck. As soon as you get them, put them in your deck. The damage is not the most important thing they do, the stun is. But to get more information and understand more about that, look at some of these ranking videos that Nooch has done. That's enough of that. And you can see real quickly, we've only got 3,000 trophies today with Scarif. We're going to be opening new planets in the future coming soon, and that is something that should continue to scale as we play the game. Where are we going? Let's go to clans. We don't have clans yet, but we can talk a little bit about what's available there. It looks like you'll be able to request cards from your clan mates. You'll be able to chat in there. Hi, everyone. You can have conversations. Hey, you need to go in there and play this event, whatever. Use this deck for this event. And it also looks like you'll be able to do player versus player matchups against your clan mates. So you can see up at the top there, it was you versus Yoda Man, and then Yoda Man, Princess Leia said, well played, and Yoda Man replied with a smiley face. So you should be able to play against your clan mates in the clans. We don't know everything that's going to be available there right now, but for now we can tell you're going to be able to request cards, play against your clan mates, and have conversations and share emojis. Maybe you'll be able to share some of your battles. Oh, that's something you hadn't thought about. Up here at the top, you can see your battle log. You can look back at your last 10 battles and you can watch those. You can say, what were the mistakes I made, or what did I do in this battle that made me successful? This is a really great learning tool that you have available and you should use to go back and watch your battles and understand how to get better at the game. Also in that section, if we wait for Nooch's phone to come around, are your stats. You can see your light side trophies and your dark side trophies. You can see your light side and dark side decks, the most recent ones you played with that you got queued up. Your highest planet, Nooch, is at Scarif. 2,853 wins, 54 of the cards found. Most used cards for Nooch, it's the BB-8 and the BB-9. He uses those cards more than any other cards. You can see your base level, its damage, and its health, and your player name down there, which Nooch is not sure what that's used for. Top left, you can see your base level. So Nooch is base level 9. The higher your base level, the more damage and health your main tower does. The Rebels' main tower is the X-Wing, and the Rebels' the light side. And the dark side's main tower is the TIE Fighter. Finally, let's go to events. You're going to want to be playing in events. Events give you rewards, like here you see Grand Prize's Holocron scan. Actually, from that Inspire event, Nooch got 2 gold scans and 3 Holocron scans. Now, these are not the exact same scans you're going to be opening every day in your main page, but they still have a lot of value. So you're going to see different events going on at different times. Nooch recommends always playing them unless they're charging money for them, which they tried once. We launched a little video, you can see up there, and talked them out of it. So these events are well worth your crystals, or some of them are free entries, some of them cost crystals, some cost studs. It's well worth it to get in there and play. And we've got a lot of videos on events. Nooch has been live streaming the events, so you can see a lot of event gameplay. One thing of note, in most event games, the cards are, let's see here, all cards are set to their unlock level and base ships are level 4. So you're not going to have so if you leveled your base ship up to 9, it's going to be at level 4 in the events. If you leveled your porgs up to 10, they're going to be at level 2 because they're a rare card. Your common cards are level 1, your rare cards are level 2, and your epic cards are level 4, and your legendaries are level 8. So it's a little different gameplay in these events, but it's really fun because you get to do it differently, you get to try out different units. Nooch doesn't use Gungans a lot in Planetary gameplay, but he does tend to use them in the events because they make a little more sense. Well, that's really it. That's it for the Beginner's Guide to LEGO Star Wars Battles. Hopefully this helps you get going, understand where you need to get to in the game, what you're looking for, what you're doing, and as we go along, we're going to keep adding links up there so that you can go and get more in-depth guides on everything in LEGO Star Wars Battles. And Nooch is going to sit here in the meantime and hope for global launch to come in the next week or two. And while he's sitting there hoping, Nooch is really going to just be pondering and ruminating on the fact that Nooch too good.